Hey one hail, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to take a look at this, going back a few years to the Generation Selects Galvatron. This is on loan to me by a good friend of the channel, Daryl, and we're going to talk about how this guy's an homage to not one, but two iterations of Galvatron, and we're going to also discuss why this matrix is green and exactly what that means in the latest GotBot True review. Hey one hail, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course subscribe, and while you are at it, light 'em up, baby. Hit that notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton, let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And this is Galvatron. This is the Generation Selects Galvatron. I didn't get it at the time because I said I don't need a toy-accurate version of Galvatron. I'm a cartoonist king guy. The Kingdom Legacy one fits that bill for me, though admittedly nowadays some people would choose the 86. And I didn't need a toy-accurate version. But I completely forgot about another version of Galvatron that this guy could represent. And we're going to talk about that when we head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy. So yes, indeed, today we're going back in time a little bit, about 4 years to 2021, when we had the Generation Selects release of Galvatron. I didn't get this back then, largely because I said I didn't need a toy-accurate version. I'm a cartoonist king guy, and the Kingdom one, to me, was the perfect coloration. I know a lot of people now defer to the Studio Series 86. I find it a little too blue, but if you find that to be the correct coloration for what you recall or what you see on the screen, cool. We're kind of not here to debate that because I've talked about that ad nauseum before, saying basically, hey, depending on the fiction that you look at, there's an argument for the 86 being the right colors. Depending on the fiction you look at from Season 3, there's an argument for the Kingdom Legacy being the right colors. But then there's this little oddity of a guy. And this guy is meant to evoke two versions of Galvatron. Now, before we kind of get into him himself, I'll note, even though this is on loan to me by a good friend of the channel, Daryl, I'll note I don't have the Selects box for him, though that would just be a brown box. However, inside the box, besides for Galvatron himself here, we also have a big sheet of stickers. One of the little triangular ones is missing up top. The red ones there are supposed to go on the chest and whatnot. These are meant, as I'm led to believe, these are meant to evoke the look of the G1 toy with its sticker details. Please note that there were stickers added to this pack-in set. This isn't like a toy hacks or anything. This was a pack-in with the Selects lad. There were some added after, so I don't think that every single sticker here is highlighted in the way to apply them on the instructions. Speaking of which, and here's the big old double-sided sheet of instructions. I specifically wanted to show this section. We don't really need to see all of the transformation bits because we know that. But please note that, as I previously stated, all of the stickers are not represented here. So if you have this guy and you go to put the stickers on and you're like, hey, I don't know where this one goes, you might have to actually look it up, because apparently a few were added after the fact and ergo not identified here. Apparently. I really don't know. I'm not putting the stickers on. Like I said, this is on loan. It's not mine, so I'm not gonna do it. So, the look of the cannon mode here, naturally very akin to the G1 toy. However, this guy is also meant to evoke the character Galvatron 2. Now, for those of you who might not have followed the comics way back when, I didn't, but the crux of the story for Galvatron 2 is basically that Megatron, of course, we know, was thrown out. Unicron gave him a new body as Galvatron. Well, in one of those continuities, Unicron actually, won. He ate Cybertron, and he rewarded Galvatron by making him, the ruler of Earth. But through, time and space, across the multiverse, another version of Galvatron like kind of reached through time and space and like snatched this guy up from his reward and kind of made him like have to do the same plan over and over again so that he could, I guess, eat Cybertron and other continuities. So this guy kind of goes a bit Looney Tunes, nuts, crazy, whatever you want to call it, because he's always subservient to Unicron, right? As such, though, just for fun, I'm going to defer to this as a version of Galvatron 2 from the comics, and that's how I'm going to kind of rank his coloration, because I'm sure everybody has done the comparison to the G1 toy. And really, for a proper score for him compared to the G1 toy, I'd really have to apply the stickers, because that detailing would, of course, add to it. It's a little easier if we score based on it being Galvatron 2. As such, the treads, yeah, they should be, I'm going to say gray, even though the coloration of the comic book was almost I guess it was supposed to be silvery, but it's almost like a very pale blue. But I'm going to say that it's supposed to be gray. The sections here, they should be purple. The whole back section coming up around here, that should all be purple. The gray on the barrel, the gray on the back, that's all correct. Here, we should have the red on the front and this whole shoulder section gray instead of this being red and the gray on the front, so that's a little backwards. The cannon up front is fine. These, of course, are extra, so they don't really belong there. Not for nothing, if you really want me to just touch on the, I guess, comparison to it, like the G1 version, I mean, in this mode, all the purple again and the gray is pretty much where it all should be. We are naturally missing some detail because of the stickers not being applied, but it would basically be accurate as well. So for the look of the guy, as either a G1 or as Galvatron 2, I think it's really close, other than this section right here, really. So I'm going to give it a 9.75, because I think that without the stickers, it's an excellent Galvatron 2. With the stickers, it would make an excellent G1 homage. So I'm going to say 9.75. Great. The transformation, I'm just going to blow through here. We've sort of seen it in both modes because of Straxus. We've seen it the way it comes in a package for sure for Galvatron with the Kingdom Lad. But we have not really seen it go in reverse, so we'll do that now super quick. I'm not going to belabor this. If you want the details, you can check out the original Galvatron review that I did. So we're going to take these off of these pegs here. Of course, they can go together just like with regular Galvatron, or you can hold them apart. They look like his new ship that he got when Unicron reformatted him. We're also going to take that out of the front, and we're going to pick this piece up. And of course, we know that the fusion cannon, or the particle cannon, sorry, not fusion cannon, the particle cannon Galvatron goes in right there. We'll see that a little bit later. Not for nothing, if you didn't want to put this piece up on the top, I mean, you could put it in here with that piece on too, if you're so inclined. Okay. Where do I want to start? I think we'll go just back here, and I'm going to pick up those legs, and I don't think we can split them or anything yet, but I'm going to pick those up. We're also going to come here and let's see if I can figure out kind of what I want to do here. There we go. Pick that piece up. Pick that piece up. There we go. I should be able to. By the way, these sections, I'll note, are all painted red. And with them all painted red, keep in mind that you could risk scraping it. Something to note. I'm also going to take the chain off. By the way, he comes with a chain, and he comes with a green version of the Matrix. This is the Creation Matrix. Once I get this guy transformed, we'll take a closer look at that. So I should be able to, I think. I thought I'd be able to pick that off by now. There we go. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I can pick that off. There we go. There we go. Good. All right. The arms here. Again, this can kind of come up on the back. The arm on pegs. By the way, the shoulders are on the correct way on this version, we'll fold out a hand. We come over here and we tight pegs on the shoulders. We bring the track up on the back of the arm. We unpeg the shoulder, that peg from this peg hole up on the shoulder, and we bring the hand out. These will be the side of his body eventually. We're going to pick that up from underneath, and we're going to open this section up, I think, yeah, back like that. And then that should allow us to get the head out and close. I'm hoping once we have the head all the way out. I always find this to be a little bit of a nuisance to do. You gotta get the whole head out, and then the chest kind of comes down here on the front, and these hip skirts kind of come down. Like, yeah, you gotta. It's difficult to explain because you gotta bring the whole thing back and down, and try and get this section in. I do find going back to robot mode to be a bit of a chore because of that. Take both of that down. Yeesh, this is eating me up. Give me a second, I'm gonna get this in. We're not focusing on the transformation anyway. Alright, pardon me, I'm gonna just show it. I was having trouble flipping the whole thing up, and you really have to flip the whole front barrel part in before you can really affix a little tab on the back of the neck into a slot on this piece. I do find I need to flex the head a bit, just a little bit, to squeeze this part in. But once it's there and it's solid. Next, we can bring the arms up, and there's a tab here that goes into a slot right there, and that'll tab all of that in. Same on the other side, tab it all in, straighten that up, straighten that up, straighten up the head. For this piece here, I think Daryl just had it left, but I could have sworn that there was something you could do. Yeah, like to flip this piece up. There we go. There's definitely, yeah, like a way to flip it up over the back of his head. Okay. Now that we've got all of that done, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna open the legs here. And I'm going to fold that piece in and then fold the leg down. Fold that piece in, then fold the leg down. Turn the leg, turn the leg. Take the cannon, and I'm going to put it in the upper part of his arm, because why not? And then you should be able to take the chain with the creation matrix. Oh, bring that piece back. The chain with the creation matrix and put it over his head, and then on the back here, using this tab and this tab, we should be able to tab in the two. Is it those tabs? Hold on. Let me double check here. I think it is though. Yeah, we should be able to take both of these and tab them on there, so that in the end Galvatron looks like this. I did miss one thing. I've already got it done on this leg. I forgot to take this section here and bring it around to the back. But boom, here you have Galvatron in his robot mode. And I did not, actually I forgot two things, because I also did not flick out the heel spurs, and they do definitely help his ability to stand. But boom, here we have Galvatron in his robot mode. I'm going to say that the transformation's still a 10. I mean, I forgot a little bit. I did have trouble flipping that piece back, but that was my fault. Yeah, it's an excellent mold, excellent transformation. I mean, not for nothing, I guess. Here he is next to my custom Galvatron. I say custom because there is some custom paint on my Legacy version, and I did kind of get rid of the dirt. Oh, one of those things fell off. I'll put that on in a second. But you can see how regular Galvatron compares. 86 obviously would be a very similar type of comparison, no doubt about it. But this is, yeah, this is pretty darn excellent, honestly. So this piece fell off. I'm actually going to take that off. Again, if you're so inclined, I guess I'll show it because why not? If you're so inclined, you can put them together like this and put it in his hand as a blaster. So I'd say a score of a 9.75 out of 10 is a heck of a start. Really, I was going to talk about the creation matrix up close, but honestly, it's just the same matrix mold that any other version of Galvatron has, except this one's painted green. If you're wondering, why is it green? What's the difference in the matrix of leadership and the creation matrix? Well, we all know the late matrix of leadership holds the wisdom of the past primes. The creation matrix, on the other hand, is actually a part of the Allspark, and it's capable of creating life, of creating energy, of creating universes, worlds. It might have even been able to create the entirety of the Cybertronian race because it's more intimately linked to the well of Allsparks itself. So the matrix of leadership, knowledge, the creation matrix, source of life and worlds, and the origin matrix, the one that Prima has that's all silver, is the matrix that made all of the other matrix of leaderships across the multiverse. If that makes sense. I know that's a lot of delineations, but the origin one held all the wisdom of the primes, and it made all of the multiverse versions of the matrix of leadership that the Optimuses and whatnot hold. The creation matrix is its own thing, very powerful, intimately connected to the Allspark, and able to create like life, worlds, the Cybertronian race itself. Okay, the last score, probably the easiest score, is the articulation for the guy. We have a head goes left, right, up, down. This piece on the back, you can kind of do what you want with it, left down on the back or brought up over the back, whatever. The shoulder pieces move however you would like them to be. The shoulders go all the way around. I mean, way out to the side. Super duper great T-pose. We get, because of transformation, we get a double elbow bend. We got a bicep swivel. Do we have a wrist? Yeah, we have a wrist rotation. We have a waist all the way around, legs forward, legs back. The hip skirts here can get out of the way, and full splits. Knee to 90 degrees, thigh swivel, ankle tilt. Now, I'm going to say that that's a 10. I suppose if I wanted to nitpick, I could say fingers, but I really feel like if you're looking for a toy homage of Galvatron, or you're looking for a Galvatron 2, I didn't get this one, but I kind of wish I had now, because it'd be neat to have a version of Galvatron 2. Nevertheless, it's still a great iteration of the mold. That said, under these lights, I did not notice it, and it's probably nothing, but I do feel like this gray is a different shade than this gray, or like this gray is a different shade than this gray. I don't know if it's a warm gray and a cool gray. I don't know if this mold is prone to the yellowing that has happened with many of the whites and grays and whatnot. But as it is, and all things being equal, and assuming that's not an issue, this guy's overall score with a 10, and a 9.75 lands this mold once again very high on the charts with an overall score of about a 9.8, maybe a 9.85. It is, other than fingers maybe, and I think that's a nitpick, but other than fingers, this mold still is pretty much an ideal version of Galvatron. And here we are once again. Here he is as a version of Galvatron 2. He is splendid, especially without the sticker detail applied. With the sticker detail applied, yeah, it is very much a version of the G1 toy. I will note too, I said in the review near the end that I wondered about the shade of gray because I noted that it was different back here. I have since looked up a lot of images of this guy, and guess what? That color differences on all of them. Apparently there is 2 different shades of gray. Who knew? Which is good, because I was hoping that this wasn't subject to like the yellowing issue that was prevalent at that time. Doesn't seem to be. As far as functionality of the mold goes, it's as excellent as this mold has ever been, and the shoulders on this one were the right way. If anything, I find the tolerances on this guy, especially as how the arms tab in, for example, to be really, really tight. Not uncomfortably, but just perfectly snug. The articulation's all there, the transformation's still genius, and the look is perfect, except for these. They should be a bit of a different color, and these pieces should be, you know, the hip pieces should be the red, and these should be the gray. But outside of that, this is about as perfect of a Galvatron 2 as I think you could hope for. Let me know what you think about Selects Galvatron. Was he for you? Was he not for you? Did you skip him? Did you forget about Galvatron 2 like me? Or not? I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you are at it, hit the subscribe button, stick around, have some fun with us here on the channel, and don't for a second, not for a minute, forget that you right there, you do make a difference in the world, and I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos.